I love sleep. There's nothing more beautiful in the world than sleep for me. I love it. And I hate it when something or somebody ruins my sleep. Have you found yourself tossing and turning at night, struggling to get a good night's sleep? I have experienced that, sometimes when something interrupts my sleep and I find it really difficult to go back to sleep. And I know that the next day I'm going to feel exhausted just because I didn't have a good night's sleep. Or do you find it difficult even to go to sleep? It takes you hours until you finally feel ready to give in and sleep. Well, if this sounds like you, there's a good chance that maybe your sleeping issues have little to do with sleep, but more with chronic stress accumulated in your body, and that makes it the signs of a burnout. Hi, I'm Vassia. I'm a psychologist, and welcome back to my channel where we tackle perfectionism, procrastination, burnout, anxiety, and anything that actually gets in the way between you and your full potential, between you and a life you love and a life where you explore, you live it to the maximum, you are happy. Today, we are diving into how burnout can disrupt your sleep, how stress actually, because we're not talking about burnout, we're talking about stress, how stress disrupts your sleep and what you can do to fix it. We're going to talk about 5 strategies, so stay tuned. So let's start by understanding why burnout messes with your sleep. As I said before, when we are burned out, our body is in a state of chronic stress. Our body manifests stress, which means that our nervous system is constantly on high alert. Even though you want to go to sleep, your body is still tackling things. It's in the fight or flight mode, and it still hasn't managed to decompress from all this stress. And that can seriously disrupt your sleep patterns. You go to bed, you're ready to wind down, but your mind keeps racing. See, your body, your brain is still on a different mode than the sleep mode. So you're replaying meetings, you're thinking about the deadlines, you're thinking about the decisions that you are about to make. It doesn't need to be only work related. It can also be about life, how busy your day will be, when are you going to pick up the kids and what will happen after that, and what will be the order of the tasks, the many tasks that you have for the day coming up, or thinking about the tasks that you didn't complete. So our brain, don't worry, has plenty of things to think about. So this constant mental chatter makes it really hard to fall asleep and stay asleep. It keeps our body, as I said, in this alert mode. I remember Alison, a client of mine who was a high-level executive, and she used to handle stress with ease, but at some point, she lost that ability because she went into this pattern of overworking and simultaneously neglecting her self-care. So she was not setting any boundaries. She didn't have any sleep routine. She kept her mind busy the whole day long and, of course, all night long. And she found herself waking up in the middle of the night and her mind was spinning with worries. And as I said before, her sleep problems were not just about the quantity of the sleep. It was about the quality. She was not getting any restorative rest. And that was, of course, exacerbating her burnout. Here's the thing. This is the vicious circle. The poor sleep due to burnout will lead to more stress. The lack of quality sleep will lead to more stress and burnout, which then, if you are stressed, then that makes it even harder to get a good night's sleep. So it's being stuck in this hamster wheel of exhaustion. And according to research, when we don't get enough restorative sleep, our brain's ability to process and deal with stress is severely compromised. I'm thinking of another client of mine, Mark, and he was a really committed entrepreneur. He really loved his business, but because I know the mentality of an entrepreneur, you don't have a 9-to-5 boundary to stop work. He was working in the evenings, he was working in the weekends. And that's the reason why he started neglecting his sleep. He was sleeping less, or he was waking up in the middle of the night, grabbing his phone and maybe checking emails. What happened was that he started having difficulty falling asleep. His insomnia led to increased irritability, decreased focus, even physical symptoms like headaches. And it wasn't until he addressed the sleep issues that he started seeing improvement in his overall burnout recovery. As I said many times, burnout recovery, it requires a holistic plan. It's not only about taking care of physical symptoms or mental. It's a holistic plan, and we need to change our coping mechanisms. We need to change our thoughts behind our work and what gives us joy and motivation and purpose. We're learning boundaries. We are creating new routines. It's a really holistic plan. That's what I'm working with my clients in the burnout recovery program. But I promise strategies. So I'm going to share some of the strategies here, specifically for improving sleep. First of all, we want to break this cycle and improve our sleep. We cannot do that if we don't have a relaxing bedtime routine. If you're checking emails until the last moment you switch off the light, your brain is still on work mode. What do you think will happen? You will switch off the light and you will continue the conversation about work in your head. So we need a calming pre-sleep ritual. That means that you need to do anything else than work. Maybe reading a book, maybe practicing relaxation exercises, maybe taking a warm bath, or maybe listening to a bedtime story. I mean, I know apps that they even have bedtime stories for adults that really takes your mind off work. And that gives your body the signal that it's time to fall asleep. And it's okay to fall asleep. We don't need to extinguish any fires at the moment. It's okay to let go. The second tip is limit screen time. The reason that we do that before bed specifically is because of the blue light. You know about the blue light. But also another reason is, even though you're watching videos with kittens and puppies and people, doing pranks to each other, it doesn't matter. And it feels like it's rest for you. It's not for your brain, because your brain is still processing millions of data while you're watching one reel after the other, one video after the other. Even though for you it seems innocent, for your brain is still work. And now it's the time that we let go of work, any type of work for our brain. So that's the difference. It's not only about the blue light, it's also about stopping this speedy and overwhelming processing of data that our brain is doing. Another thing that is important is setting consistent sleep and wake times. So if one day you go to bed at 10, the other day at 12, the other day at 9, and then 1, and waking up different times as well, it doesn't help your body regulate your body's internal clock. We need to make it easier for our body, which means that we need a specific time. It doesn't mean that you need to be there on the hour, but if you have a specific time that you prefer, like around 10 or around 11, and you wake up around 7 or around 8, keep it like that way so that your body actually learns this rhythm and prepares to go to the sleep mode even before you actually go to bed. And it makes it easier for you to fall asleep and wake up refreshed. Tip number 4, manage stress not only before you go to bed, but also during the day. Incorporate stress reducing activities into your daily routine. Instead of working nonstop, have 5 minutes in order to take a break. Do a mindfulness break. You can have an app. There's so many apps at the moment. I can share a link with the apps that I'm using and suggesting. Do some light exercise in 5-10 minutes. Again, you don't need a gym membership in order to work out. Or maybe try some journaling. All these are easy stress management techniques that you can incorporate during your day into your daily routine. And that can manage stress and help reduce its impact on your sleep. So you're working during the day on managing stress so that you can have a better sleep at night. And last but not least, another tip, create a sleep-friendly environment. Make sure that your bedroom Has a comfortable mattress, minimal noise, no light at all, completely dark, a cool room temperature. Also, make sure that you are not eating something heavy during the night, because the chances that you would wake up in the middle of the night are higher. So create this sleep-friendly environment. Question for you: how often do you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night? What's one change that you can make tonight to improve your sleep? Remember, sleep issues and addressing them is a really crucial step in overcoming burnout and managing stress. You don't need to have a burnout so that you can start managing stress. But by implementing these strategies, you can improve your sleep quality, which, of course, will help you recover from burnout more effectively. If you want more tips, I will share the link with my guide for the burnout symptoms. So have a look at it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like, share the video with other people who might be struggling with sleep, maybe a colleague or a friend. And until next time, take good care of yourself.